charged, who has never been arrested. They're currently being charged with murder.
A 14-year-old with no criminal history is accused of killing a recent IU graduate in downtown Indianapolis and now is facing charges. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. I'm Felicia Lawrence.
And I'm Allison Gormley in for Anne Marie Tiernan. Prosecutors say last week's fatal shooting inside a parking garage started as a carjacking.
And as our Ashton Hackman explains, the case will start in juvenile court, but prosecutors want the teen tried as an adult.
Prosecutors say the 14-year-old tried to carjack 23-year-old Brett Scroggum as he was heading to an Indians game last Thursday. Officers found Scroggum shot inside a vehicle. He died 2 days later.
And we have a family who is grieving and going through just unimaginable pain, and they are looking for comfort and they are looking for justice. And that's where our energy and effort is.
The 14-year-old, who cannot be publicly identified under state law, is charged with murder, felony murder, attempted armed robbery, and dangerous possession of a firearm.
And they worked the last 72 hours trying to shore up everything that they could in the probable cause affidavit. The community coming forward was critical in this case, just like it has been in other cases.
Because this case is starting in juvenile court, a lot of the details remain under seal. Prosecutors tell us that investigators found their suspect using witness statements, security video, and other evidence. And while prosecutors are still fighting to move this case to adult court, it's part of a growing trend. Last fiscal year, 46 juvenile murder cases were filed or waived into adult court, the numbers steadily rising over the last 5 years.
The juvenile system, it's really difficult to get a just outcome. That horizon and timeline of juvenile court is very limited.
Prosecutors will make their case to a judge during a waiver hearing. 3 Marion County juvenile murder cases have already been waived this year. The waiver process can take up to a year.
This should be an alert for all of us that we have to do more, and we have to provide the resources to do more. This is a setback for all of us. Truly is a setback.
A setback leaving a 14-year-old facing murder charges and the family of 23-year-old Brett Scroggum waiting for justice. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.
Metro Police also reiterated a message we heard from the chief this week, warning parents they can be held accountable for their children's crimes.
The city of Indianapolis is making some changes to a program which aims to keep kids out of violence. The Summer in the City program will take place Friday and Saturday nights from 6 to 10 in the evening. It starts next Friday, June 12th, and runs through August 29th. It's free for kids 12 through 17 and takes place at the Brightwood Forest Manor Community Center. We've got the link where you can register posted with this story on WTHR.com.
Alrighty, the Chicago Bears have a new place to call home.
They sure do, and it's right here in the Hoosier State. The team released a statement today saying the Chicago Bears Board of Directors met and voted to advance the stadium development project in Hammond, Indiana.
So the announcement drew a lot of reaction from both Indiana governors and lawmakers. 13 News State House reporter Emily Longnecker is here with more details. Emily?
Hi, ladies. Governor Braun issued a statement today thanking the Chicago Bears for what he called their partnership and commitment in making this move a reality. In his statement, the governor applauded the move, saying, quote, "We look forward to building a partnership as strong as the 85 Bears defense, creating opportunities and economic growth that will benefit our state and the Bears organization for decades to come." Braun said an NFL franchise in Northwest Indiana would be an economic boost to the entire region. The Bears echoed that same economic development theme, saying in their statement, quote, "We believe a world-class stadium project in Hammond will transform the region." Indiana lawmakers who passed legislation last session to create a stadium authority also celebrated the move, including House Speaker Todd Houston.
It's exciting for our state. I think, the Bears choosing Indiana just shows all the tremendous things we have going on here, and it's been a fun thing to be a part of. And I'm so excited for all the people in Northwest Indiana. They've been tremendous partners in this, and it's going to be a transformative thing for our state.
House Minority Leader Phil Giaquinta issued a statement saying in part, quote, "A development of this scale means good paying jobs and major new investment for Hammond and all of Northwest Indiana. Now, earlier this week, Governor Braun indicated that he thought an announcement from the Bears would be coming very soon. He said since the team first expressed interest in possibly relocating to Indiana, his office had been in communication with the Bears twice a week. That communication now obviously will continue now with a lot more to talk about following today's announcement.
Yes, it's just fascinating to kind of see this develop. Meanwhile, Illinois doesn't seem to be overreacting to the news, but saying they still have the door open for discussion.
Right, they're saying that, and their legislature last week did not move on that package to incentivize the Bears to stay in Illinois, so we'll see.
Yeah, you got to put action behind the words, I guess.
Thanks, Emily.
All right. All right, Angela, you know, you usually break down our football here.
You know, I saw somebody post a sweater that said Hammond with the Bears colors.
Yeah,
and it
Hammond
just,
Bears.
Yeah, it just, well, we'll see. It just looked different, you know?
Yeah, it might exist one day. We'll see.
It will be interesting, something for us to watch. We keep an eye on radar. That's what we're watching right now. Talked about this yesterday, a little complex of storms moving through the northern part of the state. Southern sections of lower Michigan might bring a downpour or two to the northwestern part of our area. So we go up along Interstate 65 and a couple of spotty showers near Lafayette up toward Monticello. Nothing strong, nothing severe, but might interrupt some outdoor plans as that little area of rain tracks to the north and east. Everybody else is dry and warm. We have 85 Meridian Hills, 83 downtown, 81 Greenwood, 82 degrees in Lebanon, and 84 in Newcastle. Live view in Bloomington shows a mix of sun and clouds. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 80s over the next several hours. Storm chances increase this weekend. I'm covering that in the forecast.
Thanks, Angela. And you can track the rain this weekend with our live local radar. It's available to stream anytime you want on the WTHR streaming app.
An update tonight. In just the last few hours, a Madison County judge once again delayed the death penalty murder trial for the man charged with the shooting death of Elwood police officer Noah Chavez.
Rich Nye was in the courtroom in Anderson for this hearing, and he talked to the officer's family about waiting almost 4 years now for justice.
The Madison County prosecutor remains committed to a death penalty trial for Carl Boards for the murder of Elwood police officer Noah Chavez. But that trial is not going to happen this year. Boards was not present on Friday. This is video from a previous court hearing. He is undergoing treatment at the state mental hospital after being ruled incompetent to stand trial in December. Now that trial is rescheduled for February 24th, 2027.
Unfortunately, he's been found incompetent, so we need to work through that process for him to be restored to competency so that we can ensure that not only that we can obtain a conviction, but that that's a lasting conviction that can be upheld on appeal.
The parents of Noah Chavez attended the hearing as they always do. They did not want to speak on camera, but expressed frustration over another lengthy delay. They fully support seeking the death penalty. Their 24-year-old son was shot and killed during a traffic stop on July 31st, 2022. In Anderson, Rich Nye, 13 News.
And the judge says he is operating under the presumption that Boards will regain competency. Boards will be back in court on July 10th for an update on his mental health status.
Jury selection will begin in about 2 weeks for the trial of a mother accused of killing her daughter. Kinsley Welty died of starvation in 2024 at the age of 5. Earlier this year, Marion County prosecutors amended the charges against her mother, saying the abuse began back in 2021. Prosecutors are seeking life without parole for her mother, Toni McClure. During a court hearing today, we learned the prosecution will present evidence accusing Toni and her mother of trying to hide the little girl from DCS. McClure's mother and her boyfriend have already accepted plea agreements to testify against her. The trial is scheduled to begin June 22nd.
Tonight, we're learning a 21-year-old woman is under arrest accused of murder in a downtown triple shooting. The shooting happened about 2 weeks ago, early in the morning of May 24th, along South Meridian Street near East Maryland. 32-year-old Gregory Anderson died in this shooting. Another man and a woman were also shot. Metro Police said several community members helped them identify the suspect.
A former Kokomo police officer now faces up to life in prison after a federal jury convicted him of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl and lying to try to cover it up. Jurors found Simni Asomuyide guilty of willfully depriving the victim of her constitutional rights by sexual assault. He also faced charges in Howard County where he was a probationary officer before the department fired him. but the county dismissed that case last year.
In the last half hour, we learned of the death of an Indiana National Guard member. So the Guard has released a statement announcing the death of 34-year-old Sergeant Nathaniel Thomas. He died while participating in military training at Fort Bragg. He was also a firefighter private with the Indianapolis Fire Department after joining in 2021. Sergeant Thomas is survived by his wife and their 5 children. We'll keep you updated on memorial service info as it becomes available.
Right now, there's a boil water advisory in effect for the people on the northwest side of Indy.
And it's all due to a water main break near 56th Street and Reed Road today. So we have a map that shows the area. Take a good look at your screens here. This is most of the area under the advisory tonight. So if you are in this area, you should boil your water before drinking it or cooking it for the next 72 hours or until the advisory is lifted.
Now, if you have a little trouble seeing the visual, you can also check this area out under the boil order on our website at WTHR.com.